Hi, my name's Rosie Scott, and I'm a student currently studying marketing and advertisement management at Leeds Beckett University. In this blog, I will discuss my transition, personal performance and enterprising new results, skills required to be a good marketer, and further development. The transition. Before I came to university this year, I was working full time for a company called Some Branding Solutions as an account executive, and I have been working full time for the last 9 years. So my transition coming into university is as I'm a mature student, I feel settled and where I want to go. If the time wasn't quite right for me when I left college, now it feels right. I kind of know where I want to go, where I want to be in a few years' time. So I feel very confident, I feel enthusiastic, I'm very dedicated, keen, and have been ever since I was accepted on the course. Personal performance factors. At the early stages of the marketing action module, we did personal performance factors, which was good one was get to know yourself and how you like to work, like as a person, your learning abilities. For me, I'm a more structured person, so I like to have guidance and I like to sort of know where I'm sat, what I'm doing in the next week. I created a timetable, but I know when I'm at university, when I've got free time, and when I have time available to work part time. I prefer external direction. I like to show my initiative and go out and find out something if I'm not too sure what it means, then I'll look on the internet and look in books. I prefer to sort of do that rather than being spoon fed like you did when you're at school or college. I also found I prefer to work alone. As much as I get on with people and can work with people, I feel I can achieve better working on my own. So I found out that I work well under pressure, which I found a bit shocking really, because I like to do things in advance and have a little bit of time ahead of me and then not worry last minute. So I've never really been one to do work like the night before. I am more a visual learner, so I need to sort of see pictures, watch videos, and see things in order for me to be a better learner. The results that I got from the personal performance factor was I had a very close call with being a kinesthetic learner and the audio learner as well. I like to be a bit practical with my hands. I like to hear something as well, and that does help. So overall, I think I'm a good all-rounder in terms of learning, but I am more of a picture kind of person. Enterprising You. I found the Enterprising You website very useful and helpful to determine different factors about myself and how I can apply myself to do what I want to do and gain what I want. Self-awareness. The first module on Enterprising You was about self-awareness. I found that I'm quite good at knowing when opportunities are presented to me and when's a good time to progress with those opportunities. The life goals module was helpful. It made me think what I do want to gain in my life and what is a priority to me, what's the most important and how, and get an idea of when I want to be at those stages. I'm pretty good at realising and knowing when an opportunity is being presented to me, and I try to see the opportunities in a positive manner to see if it's going to be good for me or good or helpful for others as well. I'm very focused on always trying to better myself and sometimes I don't think I do appreciate certain achievements that I've done, and maybe I need to just sort of sit down and sort of say, oh, you've done really well, Rosie, and be proud of myself. The next step would be to do some volunteering, as I've not really done any volunteering before, and I would like to lead a project. My practical creativity is fairly good, I would say. I'm good at coming up with new concepts, but I think what I will need to do is approach things maybe a little bit differently and try come up with alternative methods of doing things, whether that be studying or working in a different way. Those new ways and means may be great and may better myself again. I learned that I'm a flexible person. I'm quite open-minded, and I realised that there's so many different personalities out there that I can work with different types of people. I'm generally a person that gets on with most people, whether that be a young child or middle-aged person or someone of the older generation. I know that you have to kind of talk in a different manner or speak at a different level to certain people, so I'm quite flexible in terms of working with others. I'm not afraid to delegate certain roles to other people, just as long as I'm fair with it. Time management. Time management is extremely important, because being on time is being late. For me, I try to attend all my lectures and my seminars, try to be there 10 minutes earlier to the time that they start, just so I'm ready, I'm prepared mentally. Communication. Communication is very important, whether that communication is something you see on a print or a leaflet, website, how somebody speaks to you verbally. Communication is the main key in getting the message across. Now that's very important in marketing. Even things such as like body language. Body language can say a lot about a person, to how they're sat, if their arms are crossed and they're quite close, they don't want to say that much, maybe a bit shy. Somebody who talks with their hands, who expresses themselves, they're quite open, or genuinely they're quite open. Listening skills. Listening skills is a really important skill to have. The way that you listen to a message, or how you interpret it, how you answer back. One message, one certain thing could mean one thing to one person. Writing skills. To be a good marketer, you need to have good writing skills. I think my skills before coming to university were fairly good. Most of the jobs that I've worked in have been very sort of customer service focused, a lot of them being in administration. I've found what's helped me is create a blog. With being a visual learner, I find that lecture notes help me. I like to see the slides, obviously on projected wall, but also to have it to hand and then write my own sort of notes or my own interpretations of what's being discussed in the lectures. I really enjoy the seminars. I think 2 hours is a good time to have per seminar, and it's good to have like the group discussions. From the marketing in action module, I feel I've learned an awful lot about myself actually, and I know the sort of areas for expansion, and there's certain things that I can improve on to better myself. Next semester, semester 2, I will continue to record the lectures, and I'll continue to do the mind maps. Just to say thank you for taking the time to watch my vlog for Marketing in Action. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Bye!